Carl, I don't hear any phone. Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Unlock Church. My name is Scott Mendenhall and this is...
My name is Lily.
And we're finishing up watching the race. So if you haven't watched this, you should totally go watch it. We'll be right back, like in probably 60 seconds or something. So check out the upcoming events here at Unlock Church and we'll be right back. Enjoy this. Good morning, happy Valentine's Day, everybody! My name is Scott Mendenhall, if you missed it at the welcome, and these are some of my friends.
Hello.
What's your name?
He already said his name.
I said it, you weren't even listening to
I'm
you.
talking to you.
My name is Lily.
My name is...
I
Sorry, hot mess right here.
Yes.
My name is Joey.
And I'm a Kristen.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. If you're just coming from a one-wheel race, hey, welcome as we come in tight over here. We are going to play a quick game here that's going to help us. There you go. Historic's on the switcher today, so we're gonna coach her along. Have you ever done that? She loves me, she loves me not. Yeah, you pop off a pedal. Well, we're gonna find out if we win the next race by I win, I lose, I win, I lose. So we're gonna just pluck these off and find out if we are winning or not. We start with one-wheel races, so if you're coming from there, I hope you enjoyed the inside race. It is frigid here. Today is negative 21.
It is so cold.
Woo! Like, seriously, let's go to the roaming now. 21 degrees, like that's the real temperature. The wind chill is like...
Colder.
It's colder. It's like, gotta be at least negative
like,
30, 40 degrees.
It's like frozen cold.
Okay, let me ask you guys over there. How do you say? Do you say wind chill,
just about
shield,
to say
or
that.
chill? What is it?
Because
Wind chill or wind...
it's the wind
Wind chill.
chill because windshield wouldn't make any sense because that's what the car is on a car.
Never really...
But I used to say the windshield.
Windshield. That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'm from
Wind
Florida.
chill.
We
But it
didn't have
sounds like
windshields.
that. Like when
Chill.
Historic, come over here.
It does sound like
It
wind.
sounds like when
Chill.
people say it, it sounds like they say windshield.
It's because, guys, they're going like this. That windshield is so cold.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think
they're
it's
doing.
chill because I don't know.
It is wind chill.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not. It's not shield, guys. It's not. And sometimes it plays on you in your ear. Seriously, in the chat, you should totally tell us: is it wind chill, or
I have a
or
feeling
wind
we're gonna
shield?
I have a feeling we're gonna get some trolls up in here.
What? It should
Be
be.
loving, guys.
Hey, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Let's see. I win.
We're all doing the same.
I lose. I win.
I
I
win.
lose.
I win.
I win.
I lost
I
track.
lose.
I lost track.
I
My
win.
pedals don't come off. I win. I lose. I win.
lose.
I lose. I win.
I lose.
I lose. I
I
win.
win.
Does that count?
I win.
Does that count?
I
I got a little
lose.
pedal here. Does that
I
count?
win.
Get tight over
I
here,
lose.
Historic.
I win.
That was my last pedal. I win.
Lose. I win.
Lily lose.
I lose. I win.
That's the slow side, clearly.
I lose.
I just ended up.
I win.
Holding up. I know.
I
Here, yeah.
lose.
As they're doing the
win.
win-lose over there,
I
we were just
lose.
bored, and so we
I
flipped off a
win.
bunch. Like,
Get out of here.
yeah, I was like,
I
let's get
win.
on to the next
I
thing.
lose.
My
I
goodness.
win.
I mean, there are more
I
I
things to get
win.
to.
Kristen wins.
I lose.
Yes! Ah!
What a beautiful flower.
Yeah, there it is. That's what we do with our roses.
I like it all on the floor though.
Yeah, it looks great on
I
the
think
floor.
I like it better
With the rose petals?
deconstructed on the floor than in an actual rose. You have so many more flowers. Look at that.
You do. They're great for
Amazing.
24 hours and then they start to look bad.
And then they don't.
Yes. We do hope you enjoyed the race inside. We have a couple more races coming inside, so we're stoked to be able to bring those with you. Kristen, you took some gnarly falls. Did it hurt or was it easier to fall in those environments?
I will say it hurt when I felt like when you were like on your elbow. But I mean, when does it not hurt when you fall on your elbow? But it wasn't bad,
True.
like compared to other falls I've taken. I don't know. It's
Like
just
in the middle
always
of the
like
street?
everything's like a 2 now. They're like, oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have something else to compare it to now. It's like, yeah.
Now everything's just like, oh, let's just fall.
The nice thing about that floor was it was oiled, so there wasn't something stopping you and fell. You slid right away.
Yeah, my clothes were like black by the end of the day.
Yes, you did. She fell
I fell a lot of
a
times.
lot as well. I think the funniest fall for me was when Kristen's leg is in the air and her camera's up there, so you have like this shot of your leg
hilarious.
way up there. So,
love it.
Brian, DJ Brian back there, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, we're doing great. Historic, if
We'd
we can
love
get
to
a
see
shot of Brian.
That was one of my favorite races you guys have done.
You like
Yeah.
it?
I agree. I like that one a lot. I wish we would do. Can we do another one?
Seriously,
Yeah.
I would do that
Although
every
I-
week.
I did
so
feel
fun.
like you guys
Fun.
needed like
So
lacrosse sticks so you didn't have to bend down the whole time. Like
Yeah,
to
that
pick
might have been
ball
fair.
up.
That could have been fair. I think what would happen if we would have lacrosse sticks is that we would have whacked each other more because we were hitting each other pretty.
We were, yeah.
At one point.
I got hit so hard in my arm.
What?
Yeah,
By
you.
who?
By who?
By you, dude.
Me. I knew you were
Yeah,
gonna
it
throw me
hurt
on the
so
bus.
Bad. I was like, oh
It
my
hurt
gosh,
so
oh my
bad?
God. Yeah, it did.
Oh.
It did, but I don't. I think that was
The
in a
smallest
different.
record player plays for you right now.
No,
Violin.
violin.
I got a record player going over here.
What's playing on it?
I don't know.
Some,
Probably like. I don't know. If I say some old band, somebody's gonna be offended that they
I
stand
know,
for.
you
I'm
can't
just
say
like I
anything.
can't win anymore.
Win. Okay.
Can't win.
Oh,
What
I
else we
say
got?
is we
It's
should.
Valentine's Day, you guys.
Okay, so we're
I
stoked
love you
about
all.
it. Hey,
I love
wherever
you.
you're watching, take a picture, send it into the phone number that's on the screen right below. You can text the number. It's pink letters popping up right there. Text in your pictures. We're gonna show all of them today. All of the pictures.
That's
So
a
get them text in.
big task.
Well, you know, I've just heard that some people are.
You know, it takes like trillions of mini little algorithm people inside the computer just to get one picture up. So if yours doesn't show, blame those little algorithm guys.
But here's the
I
deal,
hear they're- I
because
hear they're ugly. You
because
don't
we were
want
told
comment.
all week that hey, I sent a picture and it getting shown. We're gonna get it shown today. So if nothing else happens today, your picture will make it. So text a picture in wherever you're watching from. Show us the weather as it is the tundra officially again. I think it's colder this week than it was last week,
Cold.
but we are
We're
surviving.
here for you.
Can you think of a song that's about?
I'm a survivor.
Ah.
I'm not gonna give up. I'm not
Okay,
gonna suffer.
Kristen,
Keep on
any songs come to mind?
surviving.
Yes, but her song just threw me off.
Oh, Joey, I'm coming to you about Survivor.
I will survive.
Woo! Well done, Joey.
I was going for the one Lily was.
I can't
So
think
that's
of any
it?
other
Yeah.
survive.
How about Brian, DJ? You're the DJ. You,
I know. Kristen stole mine. Is the first I was afraid I was petrified.
yeah,
yeah.
Well done, Kristen
That's so
and Lily.
good.
I was where Lily was. That was the song I was thinking about.
Destiny's Child.
Yeah, I had no idea who sang it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beyonce.
Okay. Thanks for sending in your pictures. We got a great video since it is Valentine's Day. You know, we want to be surrounded around love and not the mooey gushy romantic love all the time. It's other things. So we're going to talk about how to be happy just in a moment here. We'll be right back, all of us, in 1 second. We're going to write a love letter to a donut.
Yes.
Okay? You don't
I'm
want to
looking
miss
forward
this.
to this all morning.
So check out this video. I think it'll help you in your Valentine's Day quest. Enjoy right here.
No, here you go. Anniversary picture. 23 years. Mm-hmm. I love my wife. I mean, she is the center of my universe. Well, I guess God is the center of my universe, but she'd be more like Mercury. I'm really not good with geography. Hear me, world. I am blessed and I love this lady. I love her, I love her, I love her, I love her. She has more character in her pinky than I do my whole body. And I've been told I'm a character. She's seen my feet.
Oh?
And she still loves me. My mom still makes me wear socks when I go into her house. Even in the summer, flip-flop season, socks. And she gets more and more beautiful year after year. And I know it's not about the outside. Because her heart, oh, it's amazing. She still makes me laugh. Still takes my breath away. And at the end of the day, she's the one I want to see. Yeah. She's my person. I love her.
Have you told her? Have you told her all of that?
Have you not been listening to a word I've said?
So you haven't told her?
She knows.
How?
I asked her to marry me, didn't I? This speaks louder than words.
What a lucky lady she is.
Tell me about it.
Never too late to say I love you to someone. It doesn't need to be romantic love. Tell someone today, your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, I love you. Lily is talking to donuts. She's lost her mind. Before we get to the donut part, but we are gonna, if we can get a nice tight shot on that, we're gonna write little love letters to donuts today. You'll see what I mean here. That's really tight, Lil. Ease up, man. The donuts don't want to
Could
be
you
eaten by the
smell
cat.
it? Could you smell it? We've got new technology. It's 40 today.
No, that is, she is not telling you the truth there. She's messing with you. All right, I want to say good morning to Sarah Briggs, who's in the chat room. Good to see you there. Good to see Dan. Dan from Florida. Welcome. And he just to make everyone in Minnesota feel slightly something, he said it's a 100-degree difference.
I feel that something right now. It's anger.
It's anger. Oh man, it is. That means it's only 80 degrees though. When it sounds 100-degree different, it sounds intense.
Only 80 degrees is still 80
What do you mean
degrees.
only 80 degrees? It's
Well-
negative 21 right now. Anything is better than negative 21.
I agree with
Anything, yeah, you can, I mean.
Like even if it's like
Well, here's the deal. I think Karen is in the chat room. Okay, anyways, well, let's go on. We got Tori Briggs in there, Amanda Vernon. We have Noah from Canada. Noah, how cold is it in Canada
Noah,
right now?
what's it like in
Are we
Canada?
colder than you? We learned earlier that those that attend Unlocked Church online from Alaska, they already told us that we're colder than Alaska.
Wow, something's wrong with that.
Brian, what are your thoughts on that? Us being colder than Alaska? Do you feel any angst about that?
No, I mean, it's Minnesota. Like, this happens every year in Minnesota. I was really hoping it wouldn't this year, because, I mean, it's no fun. But, like, every year we get at least 1 week. There's just a deep freeze like this.
This is like 2 weeks, bro. Okay,
I said
it
at
is
least
2.
one.
I mean,
What?
It said at least one.
At least 1. Well, we're getting it all done in a couple of weeks.
No,
That's
we're
right.
also about
It's
to get
all-
done.
It all gets warmer
I'm
from
gonna
here.
eat these donuts here in about 3
I like this is a new name popped up, but we know them. Mostly Jen and Michael.
What?
That's their name. Mostly Jen and Michael.
I love it.
Yeah, it's
Why
great.
mostly?
I don't know. It's
think that's
interesting.
great.
He
So
goes
creative.
100 degrees, cuts deep.
That cuts real deep. Oh man.
Okay, let's see. We got Teresa Mendenhall Johnson in there. She says, I love you, Mendenhall family. Oh, that just hits me right there. Okay, no, just
It's me right there. That reminds me of Joey. Let's go, baby.
it is. Okay, so there's so many more of you in the chat. I just want to always give a shout out to those that are in the chat. We love seeing everybody sit in there. We've got the Rachel Block there. We got Chris. We got Jordan in the house. Jordan, one of the best comments in the last race video. He goes, this is the closest to the game of Quidditch that we're ever going to get. I wouldn't even think about it.
I would like to actually get some broomsticks, get our one wheels, and play Quidditch. Get
Okay.
a seeker, get a snitch.
We might have to do that. Good to see Chris
the other
Daniels in the
balls.
house. Elizabeth, good
I
to
don't know
see
what
you
they're
guys.
called.
Okay, here we go. This is how it's gonna work. You're gonna pick your donut. I'm going with this one because it has the least amount of chocolate. What one are you going with, Kristen?
This one, because there's a hole right here, and so there's gonna be filling, which is
Oh
my favorite.
boy. You can talk about that
I don't
filling in
love
your love letter.
strawberry, but I'm hoping it's just like
I'm going.
regular frosting with pink in it.
I'm going with the classic glazed donut, the best type of donut.
Wait, you got a glaze?
Yeah, he got it.
Oh, that's what I
Jealousy
would have
over
taken.
there.
No.
No.
Okay,
Yeah,
so here's how it works, because we're always talking about you should, tell people. We're gonna use an inanimate. What's the word?
Inanimate.
Inanimate.
Got you,
yes.
Scott. Always.
Yeah,
You're
sometimes,
welcome.
50% of the time.
Come on.
75? 80.
98.
Okay, that's better. Okay, what we're gonna do is, because it's just an object, we're gonna have to go on the spot a love letter.
Okay.
And then you guys in the chat will just vote who has the best love letter to their donut. We're gonna go with Lily first.
Okay.
Okay, Lily, you have like 30 seconds to
Okay.
wow everyone.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, guys, it's about to get real. Dearest pink.
Wait, hold on. You're gonna get that. We need a good old tight shot on you. Let's get tight here.
Okay. Dearest pink, frosted, delicious looking donut, you have become in and of itself in the shape of a heart, as if you were pulled from my own chest. You have been sprinkled with love and sprinkles, and I just can't wait to eat you.
I so badly wanted to bite it while she was talking, but I couldn't figure out how to do it and not get a finger. I didn't want to
Honestly,
get a finger.
I couldn't really focus because I just wanted to eat it.
Okay, here's mine.
Let's hear it.
Dear heart-shaped donut, I can't wait to eat you. But then when I do, I'm filled with remorse and guilt and shame that I crossed some lines of eating you. So it's out of love that I put you aside into Lily's hands. There you go. I don't like sweets. All right, let's see how Kristen does here in Joey.
Here we go. My beautifully golden brown donut. How you are so beautiful, glistening with your pink frosting and white sprinkles. You know how much it means to me that you're filled with some deliciousness inside, and that's why I love you, because you know me so well. You're gonna be so happy living inside of my stomach as I eat you, and you bring me so much joy. So thank you, my beautifully golden brown, pink, white sprinkle donut.
Is there really filling in there, though?
I don't know, I just been, I don't see anything.
I was like,
Oh no.
I thought you were going to be disappointed there because you said something about filling and there is no filling.
There is.
There is filling.
There's filling,
It's just
guys.
way in there.
See, my
Okay.
pink donut knew.
It did. Okay. Joey?
All right.
And then you're voting.
Yes.
Just we're having a good time this morning on Valentine's Day.
Dear lovely glazed donut, my stomach has been starving for a whole year. And I thank you so much for coming into my life and showing up today. I love you so much and I appreciate it because my stomach needs to be fulfilled and you're gonna fulfill my stomach.
Joey, I'll
I
have a
love
bite.
you. Ow!
No, get out of here. Don't do that, Joey.
Come on, what?
All right, great job. She was trying to get you to eat the whole donut.
No. I love it. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
Teresa is rolling on the floor laughing. I'm eating my donut. Love them. See, people are just there.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay.
We have 15 pictures loaded up. That's all we got sent in, all 15. So
Okay.
we're about to go through it so quickly.
So quickly.
All right, here we go. Let's throw up the first pictures of you watching at home.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Look
guys
at that.
look cold.
No, it looks straight
Hey,
Minnesota.
they were on sled dogs.
What?
They were what?
Yeah, they were. I saw a picture of Sarah.
Dog sleds?
Dog sleds.
Dog sleds they were,
That's amazing.
but you said
I really know what's going on.
okay.
All right, next
well
one.
done.
Aw,
There's the
look
crew.
at you guys, happy birthday to Inspire.
Yeah, Valentine's baby.
So
Pink
good.
sweater. Love it.
Okay, yeah, Amy with a heart necklace.
Oh,
Pink in the house. Look at all the
Ryan's
pink.
family.
Yeah.
Love it. Guys look great.
Where's Marshall though?
Oh,
Hey!
that is not in Minnesota.
No, that's
Arthur.
Look at all those
chickens.
Where are the chickens?
Dan's showing off a lot there. He's got chickens. He's got really nice t-shirt weather and a great looking family.
Where's the bacon, Dan?
Green-
Where's the bacon?
Seriously,
Green grass,
where
too.
the heck's the bacon?
When was the last time you saw grass?
It's been a while.
Summer.
I can't even remember.
What
That's
is grass?
Yeah, I've not seen grass here in Minnesota since Thanksgiving, I think it's been.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild.
at least, yeah.
Joey, you got some donuts on your. Oh, you're like, I'm still eating. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sneaking the donut in.
Joey,
Yes.
I hope that.
Yes.
Yeah, I hope that is
Oh,
okay with
it
you.
fulfilled me.
All right, here we go. Hey!
Justin!
Vernon's.
Love it. You
Part of
guys
the
are
Vernons.
awesome.
Okay,
All right.
moving on. Hey!
Sarah!
Look at that baby!
Look at that little baby.
That hair is amazing.
I wish I had that hair.
Yeah, right? You just.
Yeah, it's
Gosh,
the
I need to
cutest
No,
get
thing.
a
I'm
haircut.
sure there's no products in that hair. That's amazing.
All natural.
Yeah, just
Straight out the womb. Looking
cranking
like a,
it.
Fuzzy
looking
baby
like a
hair.
Fuzzy
Jeep.
baby. Yeah, come on. Okay, that's so.
Any more?
Yeah, we got more. There's some of the other crew in the house.
Paw
So
Patrol.
All right, what else
Patrol.
we got?
Hey!
Gilbert's.
Love
We
it.
got.
Gosh, that
The
beard
beard?
looks
That
so
beard
good.
is
Looking
legit.
sick.
So good.
Yeah.
So good, Chris.
Seriously.
So good.
That beard.
Oh, a cute
Is that
I'm pretty
Trying
sure
to stay
that's
warm.
that's Ginger.
ginger?
Is that a heater? Is it? That's the smartest cat
But,
ever.
yeah, smart.
Warm right up
smart,
by
smart,
the
smart,
little heater.
Smarty.
Okay.
Any others?
Moving on.
Look at
Look at
that.
that crew.
Aw.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
that like shining light in the middle? Did you guys like set this
She's
up?
an angel,
Like that's
obviously.
amazing.
No, that's just the angel.
like Jen.
Yeah, Jen is
The
just
Jen. You
Jen,
are
the
radiating.
angel in the room.
That's
is
why it's mostly Jen.
Yeah, that's why it's mostly Jen.
Mostly Jen.
You guys look like you're ready to do a cheer.
Another cat made it
yeah.
into the place today. That's so
Okay.
great.
Nice hat.
Cats are taking over today, man.
Look at the cat. Oh,
Hey,
The Vernons again.
Vernons.
Love it.
Jordan, what's the cat's
It's so
name? I
cool.
forget.
Bush.
More of the crew. Oh, that was
Hey,
Bush.
I-
More of the crew.
Summer. Epic.
Look at that pink
What's
hair.
up?
Wait,
Pink hair for
yeah,
Valentine's
celebrating.
Day.
Whoa!
Is that,
Abijah ran yesterday. That's what his beard
Oh
looked
my.
like.
He said, you can
I
no
didn't even
longer call me
recognize him at
Abijah, you
first.
call me Whitebeard. Arr.
Yeah, look at that.
That's pretty sweet.
That's a. It took me a second to figure
Oh,
out who
we
it
got
was.
donuts
They got
and
donuts.
bacon.
Oh, that's
And
my
bacon.
favorite combination.
It looks
I
like
wanna
they got
be
the
over
same
there.
donuts.
Yeah, it does.
Man,
Wow.
that's well
These
done. The
pictures-
bacon.
These pictures were 10 out of 10 today.
I need
Well
some bacon
done.
right now.
Did we make it? Did we get all the pictures that were sent in? There we go. We are
Thank you,
men
tiny
and
little-
women of our words.
Algorithm people.
Yeah, yeah. Think about it. Think about it. We were talking about this the other day.
We were.
When somebody
I
like.
have no idea what you're going to say.
No, like the ability to send a picture like this,
Oh.
where you used to have to go get it printed off at Walgreens, wait a week, get it, then look at it, put
Develop
it in an
the
envelope,
film, yeah.
and then mail it off. You're talking about a whole month before you get the picture. Today,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, it's been 1 minute. Why haven't I got a picture from you?
Instant.
Why didn't you airdrop it to me?
Yeah, airdrop so much faster. Okay, hey, thank you so much for hanging with us, everybody. We're really stoked on today's topic on how to be happy. That's what we're gonna jump to next. We're switching things up today. We're gonna do the music on the other side of the thought of the day. So we got a great video that talks about love in a bunch of different languages.
Yes. So good.
Let's see how many you can tell the language of. When you hear it, okay, it's gonna go through a very famous love verse. And so see how many you pick out that's, oh, Russia, or that's Chinese. See how you do, and you'll be able to match it up towards the end of the video. And then I'll be right back. Check this video out right here. Enjoy.
God is love, for God so loved the world, the whole world, not just my world. God so loved every person in this world and sent Jesus to teach us what love looks like.
प्यार सहनशील होता है.
L'amour est plein de bonté. L'amour.
El amor no es envidia.
Liefde pronkt niet.
Любовь не гордится.
사랑에는 실패가 없다.
L'amour pas égoïste.
Tình yêu sẽ chẳng dễ dàng nóng giận.
Iagapik saknai tokako puekun kani.
प्रेमलाई दुष्टमा प्रसन्न गर्दैन
المحبة تفرح في الحق.
ভালোবাসা সর্বদা রক্ষা করে.
Amor sempre confirma.
Liebe sucht nicht seinen eigenen Vorteil.
Amour toujours persévère.
Since God so loved us, we also ought to love one another. To love every person. every nationality, every background, every history, every soul. Because in life, we find faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
Oh man, I don't know how well you did. When I first watched that video, I saw it and I was like, it'd be really nice if they put down in the corner what language or where it was, and then I watched it, I was like, ah, well done. They start showing you where they are, and then you caught on the language. Just clever. I love that because we, in the voice that we have digitally, we're global. We have people watching all over the place, and I just wonder how many people will watch it throughout the week and go, that's where I'm from, and it will connect with them. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's tuning in. At a viewing party, in your house on your own, on a work break. Thank you so much for hanging with us. Our hopes on this channel, and really it's the life goal, but you're on a YouTube channel, so that's why we say that, but is to partner with you to unlock your God-given greatness, is to do life with you digitally. If you live in Minnesota, to meet up and do life together in community. We're trying to figure out how to do it better and better each week, because we want to form a very strong community that centers around Jesus, asking this question: what is Jesus saying to you, and what are you going to do about it? That's the big question. Is not what is Scott saying to you, or what is Unlocked Church saying to you, but what is Jesus saying to you today? And if that's a brand new question for you, you've never asked it, that's great. You're in a wonderful spot. You can sit there and allow that to be processed. The question we're going to also pose today, and we're full of questions because we want you to answer them. I don't know if you knew this, but if you ever go see a psychologist, they're really just good at asking questions, because they understand if you come up with the answer, you're more likely to walk out of the room and implement what you just came up with. So we always want to ask very straightforward questions to get you to think on your own, to find out what is Jesus saying to you, and then you do those to apply them in your own life. That's our goal. And so I'm going to ask another question. How is it that you want to be remembered? When life is over, when you kick the bucket, when heaven calls you, however you want to say it, right? When it's over, clock runs out, how is it that you want to be remembered? And you're like, whoa, that's a big question on Valentine's Day. I think the answer is, the answer, not your answer, but really it will be how people perceive you, right? Everybody's going to run their life back through your encounters, and they're going to go, did this person respond or react in love? And so the question on Valentine's Day is an appropriate one, because it's about how you love through life will dictate how you're remembered. If you're a selfish individual, then that's how you're going to be remembered. If you're disgruntled and struggle with anger a whole bunch, well, then that's how you're going to be remembered. It will be how you love will be how you are remembered. So, posing the question again, how do you want to be remembered? I don't know if you enjoy might be a little bit of a weird word if I was to say it, if I switch over here, historic. I do. I enjoyed running through cemeteries. I just do. There's something that's very calming. There's peace in there. There's a lot of emotions inside a cemetery, but to have a morning run or to go walk through, and then you just go by and you see the dates, and you see when they were born and when they passed away. And the ones that really get you is when the day they were born and the day they passed away is really like within days. That's the ones that get you, like, why? Trying to figure those things out. And then the other ones that get me are the ones that, like, you do the math, you're like, that is almost 100 years old. Did you know this, that I always think about this when it comes to what are some of the keys to living long? And I often ask this when I go into nursing homes and stuff, and I'll ask the people working there, who's the oldest here, and I'll go ask them a few questions. I'll ask them, hey, what was your relationship with your mom and dad like? Because the authors in the Bible talk about, and Jesus even says that, hey, if you honor your father and mother, your life will be long. And there's so many jokes to be said there, but I read that and know that, man, when we honor our father and mother, our life, there's attachment to that of things that can come. Doesn't mean it always happens, but when I go and talk to older people that are still alive, 100 years, 90 years old, most of them had some great relationship with their parents. That's not in the notes today. That's just a bonus. That's on the side. You want to live long, then honor your mom and dad. I know I do. I want to live long, so I'm going to try to honor my mom and dad. We don't have time to unpack all that. It's just, there you go. You want to live long, then honor your mom and dad. And so when I see in cemeteries those really long lives, and I always think about what did they get to see? When you think about 100 years, what they've seen, I mean, think about somebody that's 100 years old today. They were around when, like, the TV was not a thing, right? Like, there was no option of sending any emails, no digital, nothing. It was like, maybe they didn't even have electricity then. I don't know. I know they do. I was just being a little bit, as somebody that's older going, now you're offending me. I'm not trying to offend anyone. But the question I have is, when I'm in that cemetery and I look at the dash sums up the entire life. So the question we're asking today is, what do you want your dash to be represent? Because isn't that crazy? You have the day you were born and the day you die, and then you have this dash that is supposed to take everything we've ever done, and that represents it. So what is your dash between your dates going to represent? And now, I think we'd all be very wise in being truth tellers if we admit that, man, all of our lives are not going to be perfect and all trending up. We're going to have those moments where we mess up and have to apologize. But the overarching principle of that dash, would it be, were we known as a lover? Not a romantic lover, but a lover of people that disagree with us, people that have different opinions with us, people that actually grind us a little bit. Would we be known as someone that loves those people? And I know you know the right answer. You know the answer. You're like, yes, I hope that's my goal. That's what I really want to be able to do, is I want to be able to love those, be known as a lover to those people that I don't get along with. That's the goal. But do you actually implement that? Or do people look at you and go, this person hates me because I don't agree with their opinion. They don't like me. We've got to, as followers of Jesus, we need to be able to share an opinion that is different than other people, but in love. If you cannot share Jesus' principles without judgment or without being cynical towards the other person or making them feel small, then stay quiet until you can figure out that piece. Because Jesus came along, he would call people out all the time. He would tell people that, hey, you really have a messy life. But he never did it in a way that belittled the people. It always invoked most of the time, most of the time it invoked change. I want to change. Our words, your words, my words, historically as I come to this camera, my words aren't going to change somebody. It's going to be God changing people's hearts. So then I want to be able to connect people with God as quick as I can, because that's who brings the change. I don't change anybody. I think early on as a pastor, as a youth pastor, I thought, I have the ability to change young people. And then I got overwhelmed because it's like, oh my gosh, I got to do more to change people. At the end of the day, it is God in people's lives, intersecting in people's decisions, intersecting in their opinions, where the change happens. I mean, isn't that true for you and for me? The biggest changes in our lives is not come around because someone scolded us on something or told us we needed to do something. It was because we had an encounter with Jesus at some point or another, and we went back to the original question, and we ask a lot, is what is Jesus saying to you, and what are you going to do about it? So you've got to be able to run to people that know more about the Bible to help point this out, or you need to be able to read your Bible more and find out what does Jesus have to say on hot topics in the world. And I'm going to briefly brush on this, and this isn't today's topic. It's just something that I am really thinking about. When Jesus did his big Sermon on the Mount in front of thousands of people, he talked to a group of people and said, hey, we are the salt of the earth. We need to be the salt of the earth. He challenges followers of Jesus. We are to be salt of the earth. We think that a lot of times in our in our Western culture, we use salt to taste things. Oh yeah, when you make things tasty, is that what Jesus is saying? No, Jesus is saying we are to be preservatives, because in his culture, you use salt to preserve meat. They dumped salt on it so they could eat meat later because they didn't have refrigerators. And so Jesus says, be the salt of the earth. I want you to be the preservative of what is to come. I want you to preserve my way of being a follower of Jesus. That is our job as a follower of Jesus, is to stay salty in the idea that we are constantly pointing people to Jesus on Jesus topics. And when culture rises up with a new topic, new standard that doesn't match Jesus's standard, we need to stay salty and stand up for Jesus. Jesus also said that if you're ashamed of me before men, I'll be ashamed of you before God. And I think when I was young, I used to think that meant, man, if I don't tell people I'm a follower of Jesus all the time, then I'm a really bad guy, and that's what Jesus, and he's going to like, well, he didn't admit that he's a follower of Jesus, and there's some of that attached in it. But I think it's ashamed on Jesus principles when we know they don't line up with culture. Like, this isn't a popular opinion. And if I share this, I'm going to be ostracized. I'm going to lose some friends. I might not be employed any longer if I become the salt of the earth, if I preserve Jesus's way. But Jesus comes and says, hey, if you're ashamed of me in those moments, I'm going to be ashamed. It's attached of like, hey, and this is for me. I look at what's happening in the nightly news and I'm going, okay, too long, Scott, have you been quiet on things? Too long have you decided to shrink back on, I don't want to offend anybody. Jesus says the Bible's a two-edged sword. It sounds like it's going to cut and hurt a little bit. If Jesus is going to intersect in our lives, on our opinions and our stuff, it's going to hurt a little bit. It's supposed to. Jesus says that the Bible is like a two-edged sword. He's trying to make us understand, hey, I'm going to change you a little bit, and changing you isn't going to always feel the best. It's not going to be like, woohoo, this is a great thing. It's going to be intersecting something that we held on two-fisted, and Jesus is going, I want you to let go of that. And you're like, oh, but that's who I am. That's who I am. If I let go of that, who am I? The answer to that, who you are a daughter or a son of God. You are a child of God. That's who you are. Your identity should be locked into God and not what you do. Men, we really struggle in that we get locked into what we do. That defines us. So when we're unemployed, we're disgruntled and feel very small. When Jesus is like, I want you to be, your identity to be into me. Think about when you're giving up an addiction. That addiction becomes your identity, and when you give it up, it's like, now what do I do? I didn't know it had me. I didn't know I was defined by it, but now what do I do now that I'm trying to kick this thing in the struggle of, what do I do with my free time? And I used to just come home and do this, and that was my relief, but that's who I was. I was an addict, and now I'm trying to switch who I am, and the temptation is, I'll just go back to what was comfortable. The owner's manual, you've heard it called that. We call it that because it's the instruction manual for life. It records the gospel, the good news of Jesus dying on the cross and rising again, is a two-edged sword. It's not supposed to always feel good. There are mornings I sit down and read my Bible and I feel all kinds of conviction because I just learned something that I've been doing that wasn't okay. And it's time for me to change. Conviction is great because it brings change. It allows us to become more like Christ. Our goal is to be more like Jesus. If that is the goal, then we got to let loose of some opinions. We have to let loose of some of the things that we think are okay in Western culture. We got to turn back to Jesus and go, what's your thoughts on this topic? No longer should we as followers of Jesus be silent. It's time to rise up and point out, hey, these are Jesus principles that we need to preserve for the next generation. Because if we don't preserve it for the next generation, what will they be missing out on? What will they be losing because we won't stand up? Church. I'm not talking about Unlocked Church. I'm talking about the church as a whole. It's time to rise up on Jesus principles in your life. Your life. I don't need you to look across if you're a viewing party and look, they need to hear this. I wish my mom was here. She needs to hear that. My coworker needs to hear that. No, that's you trying to change somebody. You don't change anyone. You don't even have the rights to change anybody. Jesus constantly comes and reminds us, and we talked about it a couple weeks ago, when we want somebody else to change, Jesus says, hey, deal with your own mess. Pull out the big plank of wood in your eye before you deal with the sawdust in the other person's eye. Because Jesus is coming like, look, you got it all together. Your words don't change nobody. Okay, your words, my words, we can't, but Jesus can. And so we want to point people to Jesus and let them wrestle out what does Jesus have to say on said topics. If you don't know, you got to ask the question, hey, what does Jesus have to say? What does Jesus have to say on how to handle when my neighbor keeps moving their fence closer and closer in my yard? How should I handle that? What does Jesus have to say when somebody robs you? What does Jesus have to say when somebody steals the promotion that you thought was yours? What does Jesus have to say on those topics? They're all in the Bible. It's just us going to find them. And I might not say word for word, if somebody cheats you out on your promotion, then this is what you do. No, there's principles in there that we can go and learn from when we are paying attention to what does Jesus have to say on those things. What do happy people know that you and I don't know? Happy, truly, genuinely happy people know that it is about Jesus being proclaimed. Truly happy people know that. And you've heard me talk about, because there's this tension. When I say there's a tension, pay attention to the tension in your life, because that's where Jesus wants to work most in your life. I promise you that. Historic right here, girl. I'm talking to my daughter, the switcher. Thank you. You're doing a great job. She's back there bundled up in her pink parka jacket, looking all fluffy back there. Good job, girl. But when we talk about the tension to manage, it's like a rubber band on stretch, right? You just feel it. You got to pay attention where you feel stretched, because oftentimes that's where Jesus wants to speak to you the most. So if you have a rub with someone, and it's an individual at work, or it's your spouse, or it's your kids, or it's the lack of resources, or you have too much resources, or whatever it is, wherever the tension in your life is, that's where God's trying to speak to you right now. He's speaking to you directly in those tensions. That's why we say pay attention to the tensions. We try to resolve tensions as fast as possible. What do I need to do to make changes in my schedule, eating habits? And those are all good things to change. But here's what I've learned, and happy people know this one as well. I can change my circumstances all day long. I can move to a whole new city. I can get a new job. I can get new friends and think that's going to fix all of it. But here's what I do know. And I've learned this about people that have gone through multiple divorces. I met with a young man that had gone through 3 divorces, and he's like, what's wrong with all the women in the way? And I just had to say, hold on. Can I be a truth teller for a second for you? Will you allow me? I'm not trying to be a funny guy here. I'm not trying to hurt you, but you're the common denominator in those relationships. So maybe it's you are the problem. And I tell that story with all due respect to anyone that's walked through tough relationship stuff. I'm not trying to say you're 100% of the problem. I'm just saying we got to own our piece of the puzzle, our pie here. We got to go, okay, I got stuff to work on. Happy people know that situations don't bring happiness, that it's something on the inside produces happiness. Something on the inside changes us on the outside. That's where we find our worth, is that the change is on the inside, not on the outside. That's where we've got to step into as a follower of Jesus and ask Jesus on more and more things, what do you have to say on this? And here's the deal. Have an opinion. My goodness, have an opinion. I like the Minnesota Vikings, and Jesus doesn't talk about them, I don't think. I haven't found it yet. If you know, let me know. But there's not, right? I think they're a great football team. That's my opinion. And I will have fun discussions about the Vikings being a great team, though they've never won a Super Bowl, but they have won championships, okay? Let's just be honest. You can't go and change the championship to Super Bowl and say you've never won. Vikings have won some championships, just not a Super Bowl. It's the same. Okay, Packer fans, it's the same. Okay, just messing. I get it. I get the. But you see, I have an opinion, and that's okay. But I'm not trying to go and make all Packer fans be a Viking fan, though they should. It'd be wise, especially if you're in Minnesota. Just become a Viking fan. But that's my opinion. I'm not gonna lose sleep over that. It's an opinion. I have that. Let's go a little bit more closer to home for some of us. Holly and I have 8 children. And yes, Inspire's birthday today. He turns 7 today. I think I got that right. Funny kid story for you today. This is true life. You can't even write this stuff, okay? This morning, waking up, getting ready for church, getting ready to get things, bundled up, put the layers on so I don't freeze. And then Inspire walks in, and then Epic walks in, and the whole crew's into my office, and they're all chatting. And Epic goes, "Dad, you'll never believe what happened." And I'm like, when somebody says that, and they're one of my children, nothing surprises me. But this one caught me off guard today. I didn't see this one coming. He's like, this is true, I ate Revolution's booger. And I was like, wait a second. Wait. What just happened? Like, what? He's like, yeah, Dad, I ate his booger. And I was like, okay, please tell me, was this a bet in the house? That could happen. Was it like, how do you eat a 2-year-old's booger? He's like, well, I didn't know what he had in his hand. And he went like this to me, and I opened my mouth, and then he put it in my mouth. I'm like, you're like 11 years old, bro. Like, how do you not know that don't ever let a 2-year-old put anything in your mouth, because it could have been anything. And I'm like, but you ate it. He's like, well, I didn't know what to do with it. This is where Epic's the surfer, bro. Like, okay, I guess I'll just swallow it. You could have spit it out, bro. You could have just spit it out. Okay, so I'll tell you that story that, hey, we are messy people around here. Crazy things happen. With your children, what is the worst story you have? I'm pretty sure we can match that and maybe raise you one, okay? There's 8 possibilities of those happening around here, okay? But I tell you that to go, when I'm about to hit home a little bit, I have 8 kids, and I get the tension on things. And so I'm not calling any one singular person out. I'm just going to use this as an illustration, because heaps of people want to share with me how to raise my 8 children. They think it's crazy that we would have them run 3 to 4 miles a day. They're like, why would you do that? Some people will ask, like, hey, did you vaccine your kids? What's your thoughts on that? And I have thoughts on that. Or people will ask, Holly, hey, no drugs at birth or drugs at birth? And we have opinions. But I'm not willing to die for them, because they're just opinions. It's how I have decided to do something. I'm not going to pick a fight with somebody that does the opposite in raising their kids. I might offer advice. I might give input of, like, I've seen these things work when they're my opinions. Like, there's nothing in the Bible. Jesus doesn't say, thou shalt have your children run 8 miles a day or a week. There's none of that in the Bible. It's just not found. Now, there is things talking about self-discipline, being in control of your body, and I'm trying to implement those things and training my children up. But it's an opinion that I think will work. I don't know. When they're adults, we'll check it out. Right now, it's an opinion. It's trying to take what I know Jesus' principles are and go, how do I develop these things in my kids? But I'm not willing to fight you on my opinion or an opinion. And today, I'm just trying to ask you, what are your opinions versus Jesus' principles? When we can figure out what side of the line those two things are on, then in that very moment, we can decide, is this my opinion? And I'll say, hey, this is my opinion. Or, hey, these are Jesus' principles that you got to wrestle with. And it's okay, especially when somebody calls themselves a follower of Jesus and you're going, hold on. That is definitely the opposite of a Jesus principle. And that's where you don't come and point out the error in their thoughts. This is where you come and ask them questions and never answer the question of your own, right? When you're coming to ask your neighbor, hey, so I saw you posted this on Facebook. I really think that was really poor of you, right? That's giving your opinion. But to come and go, hey, so I saw what you posted on Facebook. In light of what Jesus has to say, where does that line up? And you leave it there, because then Jesus can then use you to start a conversation in their heart. See how you bring Jesus into the conversation, then the double-edged sword can cut versus you picking a fight. When I come with my opinion, I come picking a fight. And when I come picking a fight, there is no love in that. Because if I just simply want to win an argument, that is myself elevating over the other individual. And when I elevate myself, when I puff up my chest, beat it a little bit, and I'm bigger and looking down on someone, I than have acted in a selfish behavior, because Jesus says, and so many times he says this, that we are to come underneath people and serve people. That we're going to put ourselves in, it's a race to be second, not to be first. So when I puff myself up and look down at them, I'm putting myself in a position of I'm over. And Jesus never, the Son of Man, who was 100% God, 100% human, never leveraged his godness over someone to crush them and to belittle them. He never did that. He always came in and served. He would ask questions he knew the answers to. Why did he ask? Because he knew the questions would reveal motives of the heart and would reveal the position of an individual's heart. Happy people know that true happiness comes when we serve other people. Now, here's the struggle with this, is that we also know that we carry ourselves with us, that we go to fight ourselves constantly in, this is what's good for me, but I'm going to sabotage myself, sometimes unintentionally. Like, man, if somebody would have offered up a treat that I liked, I would have probably been tempted to get it. I didn't feel any temptation with those donuts. Donuts to me aren't worth it. There are other things I'm like, no, that's worth it. And what happens is I then fall for a temptation that sabotages my future plans of running marathons and Ironman. And so I have got to be able to discipline myself to get in those moments to go, okay, is this the wise thing to do right now? Have I worked out enough? Have I earned my dessert? I know that's a different way of thinking, but that's how I look at it at 9 in the morning or 10 in the morning. I haven't earned my dessert yet, so no donut for me. But am I going to get disgruntled? Am I going to get upset at Joey or Lily or Kristen for eating the donut? No, that's absurd. That's crazy. As Joey on the backside of the camera, he just put up 2 donuts. He's laughing. That's okay. I don't feel rubbed by that. I don't feel disappointed in Joey for that, because it's not a Jesus principle that he has messed. It's Scott's opinion for himself, and I can separate the two. What do happy people know? That we always respond in love, that we love everybody. And in this, what I hope today is to jar us loose from sharing our opinions, especially on social media and all those things, and start sharing Jesus. Can we go back to being the salt of the earth? Can we be followers of Jesus that point people to Jesus and watch Jesus change people, and stop trying to change our in-laws, and stop changing our mom and dad, or stop trying to change our parents or siblings or coworkers? We got to stop trying to change them. That's not our job, and it doesn't work. Pointing them to Jesus, now Jesus will make the greatest change. Now be careful, because when religion jumps in and we introduce Jesus to someone, we are expecting Jesus to change them the way we want them to be changed. Jesus, now work on their temper. It really drives me nuts. Jesus, work on their selfishness. They're always thinking about themselves and never me. Jesus, take care of those isms that I see in them. No, that's the way. Jesus, like, those aren't even, I don't even care about those things right now. I do, but that's not what's on fire for me. I need to fix their marriage before we fix that. I need to fix the way they treat their mom and dad before. Jesus knows what's best. That's why followers of Jesus need to ask the question daily. Jesus, what are you saying to me, and what am I going to do about it? That's our job as followers of Jesus. And so if you're not asking that question besides on Sunday, it's time to kick yourself in your own butt and get going. It's a self-kick system. It's something that, as followers of Jesus, we need to develop. We need to be able to kick ourselves. Are you picturing this? You kicking yourself in your butt? Your hips can go all the way around, or you take your heel and kick yourself in the butt. Whatever it is, just kick yourself in the butt and get moving. Get moving. Less of your opinions and more about what Jesus has to say on it. You will find yourself happier, and you'll find those around you, their lives being changed because Jesus is on the microphone. I hope today something is jarring you and I loose to become the salt of the earth. And if you even saw my notes, none of this is in the notes. It's just what's been on my heart. If you were in small groups this week, which is on Thursdays, now we have 2 opportunities, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Go to unlockchurch.com to check out our small groups. I think we might have the times that we can put up on a slide really quick so you guys can just see them really fast. These are the times for our small groups. There you go. Tuesday at 8 p.m. We're studying the 1 Timothy, and then Thursdays at 7:30, we're studying the book of Romans. If one of those books really strikes you, you need to log in. That's how you learn what does Jesus have to say on those things, and then you're going to be able to change. I want you. Would you just do this? Not for me, but for Jesus. Would you take your opinions, every last one of them? And I don't have enough time to go talk about all of the hot topics of our culture at the moment, but would you put them at Jesus' feet and go, Jesus, tell me which ones are yours and which one I have held on to? Which ones are yours and which ones am I holding on to? Because, a lot of times our opinions, they become our security. The way I see life or see other people, it becomes my security. It begins to protect me. As long as I look at other people in the eye of they're just out for themselves, it's going to protect myself, because then I don't have to worry about them hurting me because they're in that category. So then we don't love them how we're supposed to love them. And then our opinion built in to protect us is sabotaging us because we're not the salt of the earth for that individual. We're not being salty. Almost a year ago, we did an Easter video on my YouTube channel, and we just called it Salty Moments with Scott, because I was trying to point people to what Jesus has to say on things. When was the last time you got on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you didn't share your opinion? You shared what Jesus had to say on the topic at hand, on political things, on vaccines, on school-related, homeschool, no school. I don't know. These are the 3 that just come to my mind, and I don't have anyone in my mind saying these things. I'm just asking us to lay our opinions at Jesus' feet and picking up Jesus' principles and leaving the other ones going, okay, I'm going to let those go. I'm going to let those go. And there's other things that even as I pause, you're like, what's Scott thinking about? There are things running in my mind that I'm just like, man, if I say it, people are going to get real offended. But here, at the end of the day, here's the deal. A life to me, in a womb or out of a womb, matters. It just does. And my opinion on that is right there. But when I go and read what the owner's manual has to say, what Jesus has to say on it, it lines up to the same thing. I got 8 kids, and their lives all matter. The day their heart beat, the day we found out it was, poof. Is that political? Yeah, I've gotten in trouble before talking about the political side of abortion and stuff, but it's not. At the end of the day, it's a Jesus principle. It's a Jesus principle. It might not be that popular, but at the end of the day, salt of the earth, preserving Jesus principles. The last church I worked at, my lead pastor, phenomenal man. His mom was raped. And she didn't abort him because she said, that's a child. And because she didn't, my life is totally different. The way I pastor, totally different. Tim Tebow, do you know that his mom was told that she should abort him? Because she was really old and she was really unhealthy? I understand there's acts of violence towards women, and I'm not talking about women's right or anything. I'm not getting political. I've gotten emails, and I'm sure I'll get heaps of them on this now. Oh, why you got to be political? It's not being political. It's being about Jesus' principles. Lives matter. All lives matter? That's where I'm coming from today. Can we look at all those things that are real sensitive, real hot topics and go, how do we point people to Jesus on that? Now, here's the deal. If you disagree with that, I'm not looking to pick a fight. There will be no fight for me. I don't need to wrestle out on it. There's no wrestle for me. It's the wrestle for those that want to pick the fight of why. Why won't you let Jesus speak to you on the topic? Answer the question, what does Jesus have to say about that? Okay, now you get why I was so quiet on it. I don't want to deal with a bunch of emails this week. But hey, to be salty, sometimes you got to just be able to do that. Now, will you go and do the same thing? Your coworkers and where you are. I'm going to leave it on that. I'm going to wrap us up in prayer. And I hope you take every little opinion you got and you lay it at Jesus' feet. And you pick up Jesus' opinions or Jesus' principles, I should say, not his. I'm going to leave it there with you. And I hope you wrestle with it. Because after all, historic right here, girl, for me, after all, it is about what Jesus is saying to you right now. If you're on a sofa at somebody's house right now, and you're just, what is Jesus saying to you today? Maybe some of you, it's not about your opinions, it's about your lack of being salty, that you see the things in the world, and yet you aren't pointing people to Jesus on it. You just are like, well, the world's going to hell, what do I expect? Jesus tells us to go and be salty while we're doing life, to go. So, let's go. Let's go. You know, you might hear some footprints around in the studio. The band's getting ready. What I want to do is I'm going to pray, and then we're going to sing a song. And while we sing, I need you to have a conversation with Jesus. To ask Jesus the question, what are my opinions I need to lay down on the ground? I just need to get rid of. And be an adult that can sit there and go, Scott didn't mention this one, but I know God's talking to me. It's going to be we say a nudge, a tap on the shoulder, or your heart speeds up, you get butterflies in your stomach, and you know that that's God speaking to you. It's time to do business with God. It's time for us to change. Because before we can change others, we need to change ourselves. So let's pray. Jesus, I ask that this message hits home to everybody where they're watching, that there is no offense by me, but that they understand that it's you speaking into their lives, that the tension that they feel in areas in their lives, that's you wanting to speak in their lives. So Jesus, I ask that you would use words today to change lives forever. That we would not power up, we'd power down. That we would put you on the microphone more than our opinion on the microphone. So Jesus, we ask you to show up wherever people are watching today. If it's midweek and they're on a break and they're trying to hold back tears, we just ask you to speak to them in a way that's unplanned. May we pick up today Jesus principles and lay down our opinion. God, I thank you for how big you are and how awesome you are. In your name, amen. I want you guys to, as we stay right on me really quick, I want you guys to do this. Wherever you are, maybe you need to get your phone out and write out what God's saying to you. Maybe you need to write out some of your opinions that you need to just fact check. Are these Jesus principles? That you need to run by somebody. Okay, here are some of my really strong opinions. Can you help me find what Jesus says on these things? That's being a great steward. That's being a great follower of Jesus. Because after all, I'm 42, 41. I can't remember. Jeff was trying to tell me, Scott, you're older than you even thought. I'm 41. He put up one. Am I 42? I'm 42. See, I don't even know numbers. It's not just my kids. See, I don't even know my own age, so that should make all my children feel great. But at 42 years old, I am different than I was when I was 18. Not in the way I think, but my opinions have changed. And I hope they continue to change as I get closer to Jesus. Because as I get closer to Jesus, less of me and more of him. So, take your phone out. Write down. What are those things that you need to just facts check? That you need to know without a shadow of a doubt. Okay? That's the hopes here. And so as the band gets ready, we're trying to make some things happen here. What I want is you guys to take a moment to do work with Jesus. We call it business time. Because if you say, I'll do this later, let's be honest, you're going to end this and you're going to get busy doing something of the day. Stay in the moment. Tell your kids to just sit down for a second and do business. Okay? I think we're ready.
Who can melt the hardest heart and speak life into my soul? Who can spin the world around and hold me ever close? Who can search the depths of me and love me to the core? Who controls the world I see and walks me through it all? No one but you. No one but you. Who has made the righteous bright? Who has paved my way with grace? Love me through my darkest hours, 1,000 different ways. No one but you. No one but you. And I'll sing of your love. the Lord of my soul, the King of my heart. Jesus, it's you.
Thank you for worshiping with us, you guys. I hope you have had a great Valentine's Day, maybe had a donut, some bacon, and just remember that Jesus loves you to the core. He knows every single little piece of you, and he still loves us completely. So yeah, it's encouraging to know that we are so loved by the one who made us. And even though we have so many flaws, we are so, so loved. And on Valentine's Day, what a great reminder to know how loved we are. But we do have some upcoming events before we let you go. We have our chili cook-off, which was rescheduled because of weather. Let's hopefully it's not rescheduled a second time. And that's going to be on the 21st.
Which is next week.
Next weekend, yes.
So if you want to show up to that, you can text the number on the screen and we'll give you the address and location. So come here. It's 12:30 next week. We'll be outside only. Bring a chili or just bring an appetite. Bring skates if you have them, if you'd like to play ice hockey. Bring your sticks if you have them. Broom hockey, but I don't know if broom hockey's actually played with brooms. It sounds like it is, but I feel like I don't
really know. I'm not Minnesotan.
So bring a broom, Brian?
It used to be.
But it's not anymore?
But now it's like a rubber broom,
which
is not a broom at all.
So should we just make it broom hockey and tell them to bring their broom?
Bring your broom.
Yeah.
Bring a broom.
Not a push broom, though.
Is that excessive?
No.
That's
Okay,
cheating? That's genius. Okay, so bring a broom. As any real hockey person, Brian over there being so gracious to us there going, you guys are ridiculous. But, not everybody has hockey sticks. So come ready to hang out and play. Friday night as well as youth has an event at the same location. So text the number on the screen if you are a middle school or high school and want to come. It will be a blast. There on your screen is the time is 6 to 8 p.m. You probably want to wear a snowsuit. It's going to be a lot of fun. Joey and the team have some amazing things planned as well. And then we want to give you guys a chance to give. And we're going to make an awkward transition here. Jeff's going to jump right in over there with Brian or in the middle. Actually, why don't you just jump in the middle where Kristen is? That would be great. As Kristen drops the mic. If you heard that, it just fell off the stand. You're going to just have to hold it there. You didn't see that coming. If you can see that, spin it around for us so you can get on the mic end.
Yeah, kind of a mess.
Yeah. No one saw that coming. Kristen didn't even know it was happening. It literally just came off the stand. Sorry about
good
that.
Times, good
yes,
times.
Yeah. But I asked Jeff if he would do giving this week because I love his heart on it. And he's always asking me questions on it. And I've learned plenty from him on it. And so even before he attended Unlock Church, he came and talked about giving when we were doing Unlock summer camps. That's one of the ways his family really got involved was through Unlock summer camps. And he would ask about giving and things of that nature a bunch. And so it's been always a great conversation. And so that's why you see him up here often is because it's one of his passions. And we talk on it so often. And so I just want him to share on it. This is, again, one of those moments where you allow Jesus to intersect an opinion and Jesus to intersect a thought that you might have grown up with that hopefully you can allow Jesus to talk to you on. And this, again, is between you and Jesus. It's not between Jeff, me, and you. It's just simply, what is Jesus saying to you on it? So thank you, Jeff, for doing this.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity. As a volunteer, I like to give my time in this area, as you know, Scott, and I like to actually quote some scriptures. So you guys aren't even just taking my word for it. You're taking, what the Bible says on it. And I really like what Apostle Paul says in Romans 12, where he talks about making a decisive decision to not live like the world. And he talks in Acts 20, verse 35, he's actually referencing Jesus' words where he says, it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And we've talked about these things before. And I really, the scripture that, if God's talking to you right now, or you feel really led right now to really focus in on this area of inviting Jesus into your financial life, if you're looking to try to make a step up in that arena because God's leading you in that, then I would really turn your attention to 2 Corinthians 9. Now, there's parts there where Jesus talks about, or the Apostle Paul references sowing and reaping sparingly. He also talks about giving cheerfully, but the verses I want to read to you is really what God will do for you in your life. And he writes, "Now he who provides seed for the sower and bread for food will provide and multiply your seed for sowing." That's your resources, right? So in our present day, that's money. "Increase the harvest of your righteousness." So what's really that means? And that really means it shows in your life act of goodness, kindness, and love, which I definitely want more goodness, kindness, and love in my life. And then in verse 11, he says, "You will be enriched in every way so that you may be generous. And this generosity administered through us is producing thanksgiving to God." That means the people that receive the money will thus then praise God. So what was really jumped out at me, Scott, was like, man, that really means when I give, like that my giving turns into worship. It turns into praise. And so giving is a form of worship. Yeah. Giving, and that is another way that you can live a lifestyle of sacrifice. And I think we have choices to make when we have Jesus on the throne of our life. You know, are we going to live the world's way? Are we going to hold on to me and mine? Or are we going to surrender it to him, be a steward of our resources, and really live as a sacrifice? And it says it right there in the word. And yeah, being enriched in every way sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, sounds like goals, right? Yeah. It sounds like, yes, I want that. And if that's what you want, you got to go back and read the second part or the first part of that. That's the goal. Here's how you do it. What's the reference again for people? It's Acts what?
It's actually 2 Corinthians chapter 9.
There you go.
So read the whole chapter. It talks a lot about money because Paul's really he's actually writing a letter and he's sending it to the Corinthians, and he's telling them, get prepared because they're going to take an offering. And so he's like, check yourself. What are you looking at trying to do? And he coaches them and teaches them about money. And the Bible talks about money over 700 times. And these are things that I really believe as Jesus followers we need to be really intentional about. It's not just I feel bad and I'm gonna throw some money in the plate or whatever. It's really a lifestyle change and trusting God.
Yeah, I like how you say it right there. It's a lifestyle change. It's a lifestyle of, am I going to trust Jesus with my resources? Thank you, Jeff. Sorry about the...
It's all good.
Who knew a stand was going to break today? But we do make it really easy around here to give. We're going to put up on the screen here. You can text the word UNLOCK to 77977, and it'll take you through, so simple, how to give. You can also go to Unlock Church to give as well, and look for giving. It's real simple. Thank you for those that already are doing that. Because of you, it's allowing us to see needs and meet needs all around the world. So we thank you so much for your generosity. And you're like, why would you say thank you to me if it's me being obedience to God? Because here's the deal, it's still a choice, isn't it? It's still a choice, and you're choosing to give resources to here. So we thank you on that. And we are really stoked on, we had a meeting as a leadership team here at Unlock Church. We are well into negotiating some different locations, and it will come down to which one we feel the most peace with. So you can keep praying that we find peace in where to land. So we're really excited. We don't have a date yet when we will be back live, but here in Minnesota, we are approaching that date soon. And those that are on YouTube, I will always put this on. We're not going anywhere either. We're figuring out how to do both and do them better than we have been. So cool things are in store, and we're really excited about it. So keep praying for us as a leadership team that we find the right space, and we can't wait to tell you that. We just need to make sure we sign the contract before we tell you, because I don't want to tell you and then, it fell through. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a yo-yo to you. I want you to know this is where we're going. This is going to be the finest hour that we've had as a church. We're stoked, but we are stoked. We're stoked on being able to do, again, our hopes is to Unlock Summer Camps live this year in parks, and we're going to do it digitally again this year. So we're really stoked on what we're going to do. We're not sitting idle. So thank you for everybody joining us today. I think you can probably see our breath at this point, because I can see, when I'm looking that way, I can clearly see our breath. It's getting cold in here. It's chilly. So we are going to wrap this one up. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us today. Have a fabulous day. I can't wait to see those next week at our chili cook-off. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this one is over.